feeling lost and I know where else to go now. I don't really have a place to call my home now. Everybody hating on I feel so cold now. Why do everybody make me feel alone? Like I'm feeling lost and I know where else to go now. I don't really have a place to call my home.
Igor asked, "Hey, Phew," Lucy said in shock. "And wind magic," Happy said. Naruto narrowed his eyes even further. "I'm interested in wind magic. I wonder what happens if it went up against my wind chakra," Naruto wondered. Igor landed on the metal pole. "You plan to broadcast the lullaby song," Erza shouted, fearful. The boys widened their eyes. Iago chuckled. "Thousands of people have come to his station to get the glimpse of actions. Who knows if I raise the volume enough? I may able to extinguish the whole city with my melody of death," Irgor said. Naruto scowled now, slowly began to turn into an angry glare. "Upon hearing those news, what reason do you have to commit such a crime against the innocent people of this town?" Urza asked. Natsu growled. "This is the cleanest of the all fools out there who fail to appreciate the right they hold dear, who remains ignorant to the ones who had their rights stripped away. They've committed sins, turned a blind eye into the world of justice. Therefore, the Reaper have come to punish them," Igor said. "To killing them isn't helping you to get your rights back. It's only gonna make you worse. That's the whole reason you were kicked out of the Wizard Guild in the first place," Lucy disgusted and disagreed. "At this point, we've given up trying to regain our rights. We want power. Then we will able to wash away the sins the past had taken control. What happened in the further," Igor said, which only further angered the team. "You guys are all completely insane," Lucy shouted. "We are in the age of darkness. By the time it gets here, you flies will be long gone," Kage said, sending the shadow towards Lucy. Naruto, who was standing right beside Lucy, immediately pushed her out of the way, while Natsu blocked the attack. Naruto and Lucy both fell to the floor, with Lucy laying flat on her stomach on the top of Naruto. They both grunted. "Luchan, are you alright?" Naruto asked. Lucy noticed she was literally on top of Naruto and blushing 10 shades of red. She immediately jumped by her feet, embarrassed. Yeah, thanks a lot, Naruto-kun." "Not so," Lucy stuttered. "Oh god," Lucy thought. "You two again?" Kage said, irritated. Natsu went over to the Naruto, who was still grown, laying on the floor. He went over and extended a help to hand to Naruto, who took it and hoisted himself up. Elsenwold, dude, I knew I recognized that voice," Natsu said, smirked with killing intent at the members. "You okay, Whiskers?" Natsu asked. "Yeah," Naruto replied. "Natsu, Naruto-kun," Lucy shouted their names. "Look like we're having a party, don't you think, Whiskers?" Natsu asked, smirking. Naruto smirked back. "Oh, totally, Pinky," Naruto replied. "No, you guys. Those are those guys we fought," Lucy said. "Like he said, Lucy-chan, it's a party," Naruto said. Natsu chuckled excitedly. Natsu smirked. "The fairy tale flies right into my trap. Everything is going to as planned. But I will not rest until they have heard lullaby melody of death. Then we'll finally have revenge on those who wronged us." Ilgor chuckled ever so quietly. "This is the strongest team Fairy Tale has offered. You better be ready, Lucy warned. As the rest of the team stared back at Olsenwald, I leave them to you. Show them the terror of Dark Guild. Olsenwald, Igor demanded, disappeared in a flash, shocked both Lucy and Happy. Wow, look similar to when I teleport during the Flying Thunder God. Naruto thought. Natsu and Gray, go. I need you two to stop him, Erza ordered. Natsu and Gray were silent. If the two of you work together, not even Igor the Reaper can defeat you. I'm leaving him in your hands, Erza said. Confident Naruto smiled and noticed, but Natsu and Gray immediately went to head bump each other. What did I say? Erza shouted. I, the two replied and went off. They ran off. Also, what members? One said, they're going after Igor. Member two said, I got it. A man disguised similar to Egypt said, shooting a rubber black light things on top of the balcony, swimming towards it and landing on top of the rail. I get a great value. We'll take them down, he said. I'm going to that pink hair dimwit. Gonna pay, Kage said. Naruto growled and started to follow the two Ozenwald. But Erza chased after him, putting her hand on his shoulder. Naruto stopped and turned his head around to look at Erza. His face obviously showed stress and anger. Stop, Naruto-kun. We'll catch them after we finish the rest of the men here, okay? I promise, Erza said. Naruto sighed and nodded his head. Wait, you two girls and one guy against the entire Magic Guild? Lucy asked nervously. My mom always told me not to hit girls, but I'm gonna make an exception. And plus, Whiskers over there isn't a good girl. One member said, sorry, ladies, you're not going to be a cute when we're done with you. Another member assumed, chuckling, but without a stunned beauty, I'll be totally hopeless, Lucy said, daydreaming. This is not the time to daydream, Lucy, Happy shouted, trying to snap her back into reality. Naruto and Erza prepared for battle. Let's do this. Come on, Naruto-kun. You said you want a good fight? Well, I've got one for you, Erza said, holding her arm around a magic circle appeared and a sword was in her hand. Don't worry, I'll make it short, Naruto said, smirking, taking out multiple 3-paragraph knives and preparing to throw them all over the places and magic swords. It came out of thin air, and Naruto pulled out these weird shaped knives. Lucy absorbed, she gasped, quiet, I'm serious, gonna witness the greatness of Erza and the greatness Fairy Tail Ninja in action all at once, Lucy thought excitedly. If you insult the Fairy Tail Guild again in my presence, I swear none of you will live to see tomorrow, Erza threatened. Naruto stood there in a stance, ready to throw everything on one knife, but the World members were unfazed and continued to charge on those two legendary warriors. Naruto smirked. You guys are in for a good one, he said. The members closed their team. Erza effortlessly swung her sword towards the attack at every member and continued to thrash her sword and pierce at the other members. I'll show you, a member shouted, blasting a bright yellow beam at Erza and Naruto, but however, Erza and Naruto easily evaded the blast, with Erza jumping high into the air and re-equipping her sword to a spear and continued to thrash until she decided to equip a twin sword. It turned into a member and getting a green hair and little chubby said in amazement, I've never seen anybody able to equip fast as this chick. Another amazed member said, That what equipment? Lucy wondered. Magic, weaponry isn't that much difference from your celestial spirits, Naruto said, still looking for all of the perfect spots to mark. That's right, the user can summon weapons they keep storage in the other dimension. And when they switch between weapons, it calls equipped. Happy said, wow, that's incredible, Lucy said in awe. You haven't seen nothing yet. Erza is just getting warmed up. And now we're also finally getting to see Whiskers in action, Happy said. Erza in green hair members shouted, recognizing the name. All while Naruto finally began to take aim after the found out all the perfect spots and finally threw them. All the knives went everywhere, and immediately Naruto disappeared in a flash, shocking everyone. Naruto suddenly appeared in the different areas, seemingly in a place of one of the knife he threw. He began to taking down every Ozawa member he became to contact with, taking all of the taijutsu knowledge he poured them to use. Lucy Happy and the members were shocked that incredible speed and strength Naruto had. He is amazing, Happy. Have you seen Naruto do anything like this? Lucy asked. Nope. This is the first. Not even Erza have seen him do this like this. He never used this during their spar. So you're lucky you're the first one to see Naruto doing this, like Happy said. Lucy was shocked. Lucy looked back. He is amazing. That speed, that strength, it's out of the world. And what question? Lucy thought in awe. Naruto saw many other members coming towards him, and so he took out a regular knife and threw it his right side, hitting one of the members in his face perfectly, also knocking other members behind him, sending them on the ground. Naruto took care of the other members down with much ease. What are those knives? They look like knives, but they were weird, Lucy wondered. Those are kunai's knives. They are very strong. When Whiskers and Erza sparred, he used one of those to fight Erza, but those ones he threw, I never knew those type before. They seem to work differently than the normal kunais, Happy assumed. Then it's from he kicked butt too, Lucy said, reaching for her keys. Why do you have to go celestial the spotlight from them? Happy said in disappointment. Open, get of the keys, giant crab. Cancer, Lucy chanted. Immediately, Cancer, a giant crab, appeared before her. You need me to fight these dudes, baby? Cancer asked. Yeah, take them out with style, Lucy said. All of them members charged at him. Oh, baby, Cancer chimpered and jumped towards the members, using his scissors and chopped the members, cutting anything he come to contact with. Like your new style, baby? Cancer asked. Like we impressive, Erza complimented. Naruto saw and landed on the ground, giving her a thumbs up. Good job, Luchan, he added, walking over to the girl. Thanks, but it was no big deal, Lucy said. Alright, I totally scored points with her and Naruto-kun, Lucy cheered. That what you were going for? Happy said in shock. Naruto laughed. However, this crab spirit is yours. The way he called your baby, I find it rather insulting, Erza said. Hey, you, let that villager go. Why should I? I came here to kill you. Before I kill you, Sasuke Uchiha, I'm killing this villager. He made my master suffer, and the Night Fox killed the villager. And Sasuke Uchiha said, that's crossing the line. The villager did nothing to you. The villager was innocent. Sasuke said, fire style, fireball jutsu. Nice fucks. Dodges.